Are we filming? We're filming. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Hello from my side of the screen. I'm Leah Mojo. Welcome to my channel where I retell stories of the Bible while doing my makeup. If you're interested in the makeup products that I'm using, I will list them in the description box below. And if you're interested to know where I purchased my personal Bible from, I will list the link down below as well. So grab yourself a drink and make yourself comfortable. But first, disclaimer. I am not a pastor, nor theologian, nor historian. I am simply a lover of Jesus and makeup. That's it. I encourage you to read the good book for yourself. If you have any questions or doubts, that just makes you human. Not here to change anyone's opinions, but I do hope that this series is life-giving and opens us all up to exploring and stretching our individual faiths whilst encouraging us to think outside of ourselves. Cool? I bet. Let's get into it. Today's story is going to be coming from Genesis 1:1. It's going to start from the very beginning, creation and the fall of man. Alright, so boom. Quick recap of the first week of Earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was basically just this big floating rock. So God was like, alright, cool. I'm going to make some stuff, put it here to create life. In the first 5 days, he was just speaking stuff into existence. Sky, land, night, day, plants, stars, oceans, animals, all of that. And he was like, this is good. This is good. I like this. On day 6, he decided, you know what? I'm going to make a man. I'm going to make a human. He going to look like us. I'm going to make him in our image. When he says our, I'm assuming he's talking about probably the Holy Spirit and Jesus. So he takes some dirt, blows his breath into it. Boom, Adam. And on the 7th day, God rested because, creating the universe just sounds exhausting. I would need a nap too. So back to Adam. God's like, okay, Adam, all this other life that I've created, you're in charge. Now, mind you, Adam lives in a place called Eden. And technically, God places him in a garden in Eden, but same difference. And the way the Bible makes this place sound, lavish. Imagine an oasis paradise, but like a million times better. And in this garden, there's a bunch of trees, obviously, but there's 2 trees that we're going to focus on. One is called the tree of life, and the other is called the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So God tells Adam, hey man, listen, you can eat from any of these trees in this garden, except the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Because if you eat from that tree, you're going to die. Okay? Keep that in mind. Don't eat from this tree. Got it. So Adam is here in this garden, taking care of things, living amongst wildlife and vegetation. Things are going pretty smooth. The animals are his best friends, you know what I mean? But Adam's also the boss because the Lord put him in charge, right? Then the Lord is taking notice of something. He's like, you know what? All these animals got boos. Zebras got a boo. These cockatoos got boos. These kangaroos got boos. These lightning bugs got boos. Even these cockroaches got boos. Ooh, I say boo. The Bible says helper, but again, same difference. I mean, what is a boo if they're not going to help you out? You know what I mean? So Adam has no one. And then God's like, you know what? I'm going to make a helper for Adam. I'm going to make a woman. So he puts Adam to sleep, like surgical sleep. And he proceeds to take a rib out of Adam. And with that rib, he makes Eve. And Adam was probably speechless when he saw her. I mean, when he woke up, like first of all, God, what is this? Shorty a little baddie. Side note, I'm gonna bet that Adam and Eve were stunningly attractive. I just have this gut feeling, And they probably didn't have belly buttons either. Think about that for a second. They probably did not have belly buttons. But now Adam has a partner. He's booed up. Him and Eve are just living in this lavish garden where they can stay stress-free, rent-free, no bills, no pollution, no backaches, no split ends, no ashiness, walking around naked and unashamed. Sounds like my dream come true. So you'd think they were going to live happily ever after, right? Everything's going to be Gucci, right? How naive. Let me introduce into our story a new character, the serpent. Now, the serpent was apparently the craftiest of all of God's creations. It says so in the Bible. okay? It's a little trickster, huh? And there had to be some sort of plotting on the serpent's part to take out Adam and Eve, because one day Eve is just minding her melanated, moisturized business. And the serpent comes to her and just strikes up this casual conversation. My first thought was just like, oh, these snakes be talking? But this is Eden now. This is Eden. This is the dawn of time. I'm gonna assume that animals spoke. Either that or we could understand them. I'm just saying. So the snake starts questioning her. Did God really say? Did he really say you couldn't eat from this tree? Did he really say that you guys couldn't eat from these trees in the garden? And Eve is like, just not this tree right here, or we'll die. And the serpent is like, LOL, die? God is so dramatic. He knows you're not actually gonna die. He's saying you can't eat from the tree because he knows that it's gonna make you like him. So Eve is just like, And there wasn't even a fight mentioned. Like, no resistance on Eve's part. The very next verse, homegirl is like, I'm just gonna take a bite. Yeah, can't hurt. And what makes it worse is she gives something to Adam, and he takes a bite. No loyalty to God. He won't like, Eve, didn't God say we couldn't, you know what I mean? Where was the fight? Maybe they had one and the Bible just didn't mention it. Anyway, moving on. Of course, they take a bite and everything changes. Probably in an instant. Boom, they realize they're naked. Naked and probably ashy now. Their sin has completely stripped the moisture from their bodies. It was a privilege being moisturized and they lost it. So they freak out because they know that something is different too. They all of a sudden feel the need to cover themselves, to censor themselves where they didn't feel that need before. So they grab these fig leaves and start making coverings for their body. God, that just makes my skin itch. All of a sudden, they hear the Lord, and Adam and Eve are like,
oh snap, we gotta hide.
They knew they were in trouble. And so they're like hiding behind trees and stuff as if God can't see them. But God being God was like, yeah, Adam, where you at? Obviously, Adam sang like a canary because what else can you do? Here I am, Lord. I hear you, but I was scared because I'm naked and afraid and ashamed. God responds to Adam, who told you were naked, Adam? You ate from the tree, didn't you? Adam's probably sweating bullets at this point and immediately blames Eve. It was that woman you gave me. She ate from the tree and then she gave me some. So God turns to Eve. What's going on? And Eve, of course, blames the serpent. God is just like, all right. So he turns to the serpent and he curses the serpent to crawl on its belly for the rest of its life. I guess that's how snakes came to be. Anyway, he turns to the snake and tells it this: I will put enmity between you and the woman, and your offspring and her offspring, and he will crush your head, and you will strike his heel. As for Eve, God told her that her childbirths would be very painful. It was like a punishment, and that her husband would rule over her.
Why am I not feeling this, man? What? Yeah, I messed that up, but whatever.
He then told Adam that the ground was cursed because of his disobedience. Like, dang, Adam, you were supposed to be the deciding factor. I was rooting for you, man. Rooting for you. Like, basically, you could have had it easy, and you chose to make it hard. And now you basically have to do back-breaking labor in order to yield anything from the soil. Before, things just were sprouting up. Things were just growing. You'll have to work hard until the day you return to the soil. So, God makes some clothing for Adam and Eve that isn't fig leaves so they can properly cover themselves. And he says, well, now they know good and evil, so sin is in the world. Can't let them stay here. Can't have them eating from the tree of life too, because then they'll live forever. And that's just not how I planned it. So he banishes them from the Garden of Eden. Whew. That walk of shame must have been embarrassing. Y'all just got evicted. And on top of that, after he evicted him, he placed an angel with a sword, a flaming sword of fire, flashing it back and forth like a lightsaber to guard the way back to the tree of life. Like, you got evicted and security is there making sure that you don't try to come back. I cannot. I don't like this makeup look, by the way. Maybe the camera like won't pick up on it. This did not turn out the way I wanted it to, but whatever. And that, my friends, is the eviction of Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden. Their first home, their lavish paradise, their heaven on earth. I'm blown every time I read this story because it's like you guys had everything. We could have had everything. Living forever, never aging. Anyway, I'm bitter about it, but I'm sure if it was any human being, we would have found some way to mess it up. Do you guys think any human would have messed that up eventually? Because I do. I don't know, man. Let me know your thoughts down below. That about wraps up this Bible story and this makeup look. I'm not feeling this one as much as I thought I was going to. We finna make it work because I already filmed this video, so I hope you liked the story as much as I did. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for more if you're interested in more Bible stories. Follow me on Instagram because that's where I be. And I will see you guys soon for next week's video where we see life after Eden. Ciao, the ghetto. Okay, love you, bye.